Well, the US says that it is open to exploring a potential partnership with DR Congo to gain access to the country's critical minerals. Kinshasa pitched the deal to Washington in the hope of winning diplomatic support as Rwanda-backed M23 rebels continue to consolidate their hold over key parts of the east of DR Congo. Emmett Livingston's in Kinshasa. He tells us more.
The Congolese government is offering a deal on critical minerals such as cobalt and lithium to the Trump administration, hoping for diplomatic support against M23 rebels and Rwanda. Since January, M23 and Rwandan forces have captured eastern Congo's two largest cities, but the diplomatic response has been largely symbolic. Congo's army in the east can no longer fight back. It's mostly been destroyed or run away. Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi is now trying to leverage his country's enormous mineral wealth in order to win American support. Tshisekedi confirmed that he was seeking a minerals deal last month, and his spokeswoman recently told us that discussions were advancing, but without commenting on the details. Congo has the world's largest reserves of cobalt, a metal used to manufacture batteries. It also has massive reserves of copper and lithium. The Congolese presidency says the US administration is considering its proposal seriously, an account that the US State Department also recently confirmed. But it's not clear how a deal might work. Most of the important mining sites are owned already, for the most part by Chinese companies. And despite years of trying to court American business, Congo still struggles with a reputation of being deeply corrupt and a risky place to invest.
The story of Congo has been something close to my heart. I feel so much angered and disappointed in Africa when I see what's going on in Congo, thinking the fact that Congo could be the richest country in the world. Congo has so much mineral resources that it can develop its own country and better the life of its own people. But it has so many twists and turns. And at this point, we see Tshisekedi going to the Americans, running to the Americans and crying and begging for help, asking for help in exchange for minerals. And here's why. Because us as Africans, we have failed to create African solutions for African problems. We have failed to look for the solutions for our own problems, to solve our own problems. Hence, you have a situation where African countries still run to Western countries, to their colonizers, which is literally called neocolonialism, begging to be protected. In my own opinion, this is just a desperation in trying to protect his own presidency, because he sees his presidency is under attack and he's threatened that he might be overturned anytime and be overthrown and removed from power. So he's going to the Americans in exchange for the minerals, for the mineral resources of the country, which is supposed to benefit the people, and he's trying to go give them away to the Americans and say, come protect me, keep me in power. And this is done in the guise that the Americans, if the Americans come and do business directly with the Congolese, eventually the Congolese people will benefit. It has never happened anywhere else in the world. I do not know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, these sort of interventions has happened in so many African countries, more than 10 if I may count. I mean, Somalia, Libya, Chad, Mali, Niger. What has came out of it? This is 2025, where geopolitics, everybody can access this information, and you can see it clearly that these Western powers, if you seek their help and their military assistance and all this, all they do is they come in, they even destabilize your own country even more, and they keep on stealing your mineral resources and take them away to benefit themselves. This is just literally the continuation of the exploitation of Africa. But we have leaders who are so ignorant, and I don't understand. Like they are so ignorant to the point that they keep on going back to the colonizers, giving themselves away, begging to be colonized, irregardless of so many warnings from people like Thomas Sankara, people like Kwame Nkrumah, who wrote extensively and was telling Africans to decolonize ourselves, to be free and independent. It might be uncomfortable for a moment, but the only solution that you have as Africa is to stand for yourself, build for yourself. Do not go beg other people. Do not invite some other countries are doing it. I mean, I'm sure this would insult people like Ibrahim Traore, who are doing it out of difficult situation and terrible circumstances, but they are building without inviting anybody, staying in his own country, dealing with his own problems. I'm sure Emily Patrice Lumumba will be turning in his grave, because he is said to have been assassinated because of the CIA, the same Americans that Tshisekedi is inviting today, because they realize he is too radical. He is not the leader that they would want him to be in power. So I don't understand, man. Uh, I don't understand this mindset, this mentality, this black inferiority complex, that everything that we do, our only saviors are Westerners. Our only saviors is somebody else from somewhere else. We ourselves cannot do it, regardless of having everything that it takes for us to be able to make it. Having all those resources in the Congo, they cannot be able to find a solution. They cannot find it within themselves to build their own countries. We need America to come. And this is exactly, in as much as we might think the M23 are rebels and are criminals, are funded by Rwanda, I can understand that sentiment, and I kind of agree with that in a sense. But at the end of the day, this is actually the justification that we are giving to them, proving to them what they were saying is correct. That the said Congolese government is also in cahoots with Western powers to come and take the minerals in the region. That's why they're saying they are also protecting them, because they see that so many people also want to come and loot them and take them away from the people. African leaders, I don't understand. It's mind-boggling how how we think, how we have come to accept this as a reality. And this continent has a problem with the puppets. This continent has a problem with puppets, people who are willing to do anything for the West because of corruption, because they know when they bring them these American companies to come and start taking the minerals away, unprocessed as they are, they take them away and go away. They are going to get some benefits. There will definitely be corruption involved. They are the ones who are going to eat. These leaders, they don't want anything called change, because they benefit in the situation that we are in today. Remember, you must also remember, even the history of Africa is filled with leaders who have been puppets, who have been not patriotic, even going back to slave trade. You must also remember kings of that time and the rulers of that time were also involved and participated in selling those slaves to the Europeans so that they can take them overseas. So African leaders they have been always like that. They have been always corrupt, unpatriotic, thinking of themselves, not for the cause of the people and for the cause of the continent. And if we continue having this, I mean, exactly what Muammar Gaddafi got angry when he revolted against the government of the time in Libya, because of puppets who are willing to do anything for the West, who are not African centric, who do not think about Africa first, who do not try to find solutions for Africa, for us as black people, who they keep on making us believe that we can't, because they are making it difficult and impossible for us as young people to develop and grow. And in a sense, I can tell you, Tshisekedi's days of leadership might be numbered. If he continues going down this road, somebody is gonna push him out. It might not be the M23, it might be the M23, because it's same as the situation that was happening in the Sahel region when the Ibrahim Traorés decided to stand up and get rid of those puppets. It's because as a young person, especially if you are close, if you have some sort of power like Ibrahim had, you will realize that these people are not willing to do anything better for the country. They keep on wanting to be puppets and agreeing to whatever the Western powers are saying, and this is detrimental to the future of Africa. And we will end up having to raise up and do something about it, because you realize we are not going anywhere with the leadership that we have.